These money and investment tips can help you now, as concerns about inflation are driving down the stock market. Don't miss these top money and investing features. The surprising twist in what rising inflation means for the stock market. Small cap stocks haven't been this cheap in decades, and they now have three tailwinds. These 15 stocks rose 100% or more during the pandemic, but they've since been crushed. Is it now time to buy? Stay in the know. Sign up here to get MarketWatch's best mutual funds and ETF stories emailed to you weekly. Investing news trends. Why mutual fund giants are quietly giving voting power back to individual shareholders. The corporate ballot has become a political battleground, threatening the business of big asset managers. Read more. Investors swing toward value stocks in 2022. But are you surprised by what's inside your value ETF? Every week we highlight the most timely exchange-traded fund news, from new launches to inflows and performance. Read more. The surprising twist in what rising inflation means for the stock market. Many investors are guilty of something known as inflation illusion. Read more. These two stock market trends need to reverse to disprove a bearish scenario. This is the core bearish position to establish in the SP 500. Read more. Investors shy away from purely green stocks in favor of energy transition play. Poll more. Stock market money could soon flow into historically polluting companies that have plans to clean up their act, and less into so-called pure green play. Read more. A dirty secret. Here's why your ESG ETF likely owns stock in fossil fuel companies. Some ESG ETFs funds also may own tobacco and gambling stock. Read more. There's a smart way to invest in the clean energy transition right now. The brightest stock ideas right now may be LED lighting, insulation, heat pumps, and other practical fixes that will help flip buildings green. Read more. Small cap stocks haven't been this cheap in decades, and they now have three tailwinds. Smaller company stocks have suffered as the Fed reduces stimulus, but the reopening of the economy will change that. Read more. These 15 stocks rose 100% or more during the pandemic, but they've since been crushed. Is it now time to buy? Peloton leads a list of stocks that have fallen from pandemic-era high. Read more. Facebook parent Meta's stock plunge exposes a weakness for the SP 500 and index fund investors over the longer term. The equal weight SP 500 index has beaten the more traditional cap weight version. Read more. These companies in the SP 500 are winning this earnings season using for critical measures. AMD, Schwab, and Apple are among the SP 500 companies increasing sales and improving profit margins. Read more. 12 biotech stocks to consider buying now as prospects for the sector brighten this year. Biotechnology is so beaten down. Relative valuation metrics suggest some stocks could more than double. Read more. If you're playing the audit lottery as a taxpayer, you're asking for trouble. There's a price for what you claim as business expenses. Financial advisors warn clients about the risks of push-the-envelope tax reporting. Read more.